Let me tell you a story. A story about a doctor who saved an entire generation of children with one quiet, stubborn word: no. Late 1950s, Europe. A new sedative is making waves: thalidomide. Advertised as modern, gentle, completely safe. A miracle drug, they said. Pregnant women were prescribed it for morning sickness. Doctors embraced it. Drug companies cashed in. Naturally, the Americans wanted it too. By 1960, an American manufacturer rushed to the FDA, confident of a quick approval. After all, the rest of the world had already rolled out the red carpet for thalidomide. And then, the file landed on the desk of a newcomer, Dr. Frances Oldham Kelsey, barely a month into her job. One of just 7 full-time physicians reviewing drugs for the entire United States. Everyone assumed she would sign off. She didn't. Because the moment she opened the file, she saw something others chose to ignore: incomplete studies, weak animal data, zero evidence about effects on pregnancy. Promotional material passed off as science. She asked for real data. The company pushed back, hard. Remember, the rules at the time allowed the FDA only 60 days to delay approval. So every 60 days, Kelsey asked new questions. Every 60 days, the company sent half answers. Every 60 days, she refused to sign. For 18 months, this went on. Richardson Merrill, the drug manufacturer, was livid. Their warehouses were full. 10 million tablets waiting to hit the American market. They wanted a Christmas launch, a blockbuster. And one woman, an unknown FDA officer, stood in their way. They called her, pressured her, mocked her, stormed into her office. They tried 50 times to make her approve the drug. She still said no. Why? Because years earlier at the University of Chicago, Kelsey had learned something crucial. Drugs cross into the fetus. And if thalidomide was as poorly studied as it looked, she knew this could be catastrophic. And then, news from Europe. Babies being born without limbs, hands attached directly to shoulders, malformed organs, blindness, deafness. Doctors were confused until one German and one Australian physician connected the dots. Every affected mother had taken thalidomide early in pregnancy. More than 10,000 children across Europe. Many didn't survive. Those who did faced lifetime disabilities. A medical catastrophe, manufactured, marketed, and entirely preventable. Country after country pulled thalidomide off the shelves. Britain, Germany, dozens more. But the damage was done. And in the United States, barely anything, because one woman said no. Yes, the company had illegally given samples to physicians, millions of tablets. Those caused 17 American birth defects, but 17 compared to thousands. That difference? Frances Kelsey. When the truth reached American newspapers in 1962, the country was stunned. A Washington Post front-page story called her a heroine who prevented hundreds, perhaps thousands of armless and legless children. Public outrage followed. And on August 7, 1962, President John F. Kennedy awarded Kelsey the President's Award for Distinguished Federal Civilian Service, the highest honor. Only the second woman ever to receive it. But she didn't stop there. Her diligence triggered a revolution in drug regulation. The Kefauver-Harris Amendment of 1962, a landmark law. From then on, drug companies had to prove their products were safe and effective. Side effects had to be reported. Informed consent became mandatory. Oversight became strict globally. She helped build these standards. She enforced them. Her team of investigators was famously called Kelsey's Cops. Frances Kelsey stayed at the FDA until she was 90. Her work reshaped global drug safety. In 2010, the FDA created an award in her name. She received the first one at age 96. She passed away on August 7, 2015, exactly 53 years after receiving the medal from President Kennedy. Frances Kelsey never invented a wonder drug. She never led a breakthrough research lab, but she did something far more powerful. She refused to compromise. She refused to be bullied. She insisted that safe must actually mean safe. Her legacy sits quietly in every prescription bottle, every clinical trial, every label backed by evidence. Sometimes the greatest act in science is not discovery. Sometimes it is the courage to say no, quietly, firmly, and at the exact moment the world needs it most. Frances Oldham Kelsey did that. And because she did, thousands of American children were born healthy, whole, and safe. A generation owes its life to one woman's refusal.